You're talking about Tripurasundari and about her mantra, the Panchadashi, and also about her Yantra. Alright, so let's get straight to the topic at hand. And firstly, I'll begin by saying that Shri Chakra is the diametrical, as in the geometrical, sorry, not diametrical, geometrical shape of Lalita Tripurasundari. Okay, and if you have not watched part 1 of this, please watch my last live. You will see I have discussed a lot of stuff about Lalita Tripurasundari. Now, when we talk about the Shri Chakra, it is very important to understand that this is the most potent yantra in Tantra Shastra, the most potent yantra known to humanity. Okay, and Shri Chakra is the eternal abode of Lalita. Actually, it is a bit more than just eternal abode. It is where her essence resides. So it is her vibrational, her acoustical signature. Okay, everything has a vibration. Everything can be depicted as a frequency, as an acoustic symbol. So the Shri Chakra is that acoustic symbol of Lalita Tripurasundari. Okay. Now, Lalita is the mother of grace. It is, if you study the Lalita Sahasranama, you will see that there are many descriptions of her through many of her names. We get to understand her essence a little bit better, because when you want to study a subject, you must study it, you must peruse that subject, and it is only then does it become clear to you. Now, when we talk about Lalita Tripurasundari, remember that she is extremely playful. Okay, Lalita is one who plays, extremely playful, and her play transcends all worlds. I told you how she is shaped, the Bindu divides itself into 3 Bindus, Shiva Bindu, Shakti Bindu and Mr. Bindu, and in this resides the Jagat Yoni, which is Tripurasundari. Okay, and not only is she embedded or encased in this yoni, she also transcends it as Turiyam Svid. Okay, so now let us understand that her play, she's very playful, and her play transcends all worlds, all of existence, right? Now she's the most powerful force that we can think of, okay, and according to Lalita Sahasranama, she receives crores of Brahma, Narayans and Shivas with their consorts. So I mean millions, I mean we're talking about crores, millions and millions of Brahmas come with their Saraswatis, millions of Narayans come with their Lakshmi, and millions of Shivas come with their Rodri or their Parvati. So Mata Lalita Tripurasundari, she receives all of these crores and crores of the Trinity, right? Now can you imagine what a powerhouse of a deity she is, right? Because we always think about the Holy Trinity of Hinduism is Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. But in Lalita Sahasranama, we are taught that crores and crores of Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwaras come to meet her, come to discuss creation, sustenance and dissolution with her. So immediately we understand that this is a supremely powerful force, one that we cannot quite comprehend, okay? And now her cosmic magnitude, right? Her cosmic magnitude is actually unparalleled. We cannot conceive of her beauty, right? That's why we need to know her through her mantra. And then after her mantra awakens a particular resonance in us, only then can we embark on the study of her chakra. And ultimately, into realization of her. That is awakening Lalita Tripurasundari inside. Now, she's in charge of infinite bubble or daughter universes, right? All of which undergo the triple processes of creation, sustenance, and dissolution. And she instructs all of these Brahmas, these Vishnus, these Shivas on how to conduct such affairs. Right, so we know that scientists are very serious about this bubble universes, that infinite amounts of bubble universes are suspended in space and time, and what some scientists also call daughter universes. So every single time it is also said that we take a course of action, or we decide on something, the universe splits. Okay, so they are also saying that there's a universe of antimatter where time runs backwards. So no matter what, okay, all of these daughter universes, these bubble universes, all of them follow the triadic law of creation, preservation, and ultimately destruction. Okay, and it is all of these powers that conduct such affairs. It is Lalita Tripurasundari who instructs them on how to do so. Okay, so she's going to tell a Brahma how to create, a Vishnu how to sustain, a Shiva how to destroy. It is her job to teach the Trinity, to give them energy, to give them power. Right? So now we understand that she is known as Parabhattarika, which I told you, or Rajeshwari, and her abode is Chakra Raja. I told you she resides her essence. I mean, when you talk about she resides, we think of a human being living in a flat or a house. It's not like that. This is an energy. This is not like a human body. She's an energy. So her embodiment is the Shri Chakra. Okay, this is the design, the geometric design that keeps her enclosed, her energy enclosed. Right? So that's why when you bring in a Shri Chakra to your house, you bring in her energy, and later on in the video I will explain to you why you need to keep a Shri Chakra or a Shri Yantra in your home, and what it does, what it will do for you, right? So stay tuned, but let's understand that her abode, which is her Shri Chakra, it is the king of all chakras. It is from where all other yantras and chakras originate. Okay, and she is the presiding deity, as is the source and sustenance of all gods and goddesses. You must understand this, that she is this magnificent mother energy, and she is the presiding deity of all gods and goddesses. And not only is she their deity, she is the source and sustenance of these deities. So it is her energy that they are using to create, to preserve, to destroy. Okay, so she is the very core code, okay, what we call the root code, right, in a computer program. And we write the root code. So this is what she is. She's the root code of the simulation, right? Now, so her energy is what sustains all the gods and all the goddesses. The beauty, the harmony, the symmetry of the Shri Chakra was channeled by Tantrics to be the best symbol, okay, the most effective symbol to represent Lalita Tripurasundari. This like incomprehensible power, right? So the ancient tantrics, they channeled the Shri Chakra as a representative, as a symbol of this mother energy that they could not express otherwise. Okay, and although this is her chakra, yet we don't call this Lalita Chakra. We call this Shri Chakra. Shri means auspicious. And it is also said that worship of any deity can be done in this chakra. So any deity you want to invoke, you can invoke in this chakra. It is the king of chakras, Chakra Raja. Now, king of chakras, foundation as well. This geometry gives rise to all sacred geometry. Okay, very, very auspicious. The Shri Chakra is extremely auspicious, and actually, if you just lay your eyes on the harmony, the lines, the round shapes, the petals, if you just look at it, it brings in your mind a calm, a sense of a deep feeling of bliss. Okay, no matter who you are, if you keep a Sri Chakra in your house, and oftentimes when you look at it, even if you're not doing puja, it's okay, you don't have to keep a medu, but you can keep a picture. Okay, you can keep a picture in a either in a gold plate or a copper plate. Okay, you can keep a picture of the Shri Yantra in 2D version. See, if you're doing chakra puja, then you need a medu. Okay. Now, a lot of people buy crystal medus, crystal Shri Yantras, and that is not advisable, because if you're keeping a crystal Shri Yantra, it's good to keep in your house as as an article that brings auspiciousness, abundance. But you cannot do puja, you cannot do chakra puja on a crystal Shri Yantra. Okay, Misra Dhatu Shri Yantra, and all of that you can decide to take to do puja, copper, gold. Okay, even if it's a small one of gold, it's very effective. So, 5 reasons to have Shri Yantra at home. So I told you that you get a 2D printed, even forget if you can't get a gold or a copper or anything, just get a printout of a Sri Chakra. Or you've heard of adult coloring, right? So even if you take some, printouts of the Sri Chakra that have no color, and then you can start coloring them. I mean, this is one of the most effective ways to connect with the Sri Chakra. In fact, many people from around the world who do this workshop with me, this is the first step they take. They get a printout of the Sri Chakra and they spend some time every day, 20 minutes, just coloring it, just studying. And this is before I tell them about the Medu and how many triangles there are, or how many intersections there are, or the Devatas, the Mudras. This is even before that, just to connect. Because see, as I said, that the Srividya or Sri Chakra is an extremely esoteric practice, and it is almost being extinguished. So what is the best way? Okay, we cannot all the time do what the ancients did, because we have a different lifestyle, and everybody is a product of their time. So we have certain stipulations, we have to make money, we have to live in this fast-paced society. So oftentimes we cannot immerse ourselves in sadhana like we could back in the days when we did not have technology to interfere with all of these pursuits. But now we have such a crazy itinerary that it's like puja for 2 hours is unthinkable for most people. So how do you connect? And if you're just a new person, say from a different country, and you want to learn about the Sri Chakra and you've never seen it, but you feel attracted to it, and if I just start explaining to you, okay, this is it, this is how many 5 downward pointing triangles, 4 upward pointing triangles, this is what, this is some Shkobhani mudra, this is this, it's going to be jargon to you and you will lose interest. So the study and the practice of Srividya must be done very, very slowly. First, understanding what Lalita's form looks like, looking at her pictures online, looking at the Shri Yantra, just looking at it like a piece of art. You don't need to start saying, okay, these many lines are there, these many interlocking triangles, these are the figures that are created, these are how many petals, these are so many petals, 3 enclosures. You don't need to go through all that. You just look at it from a as an object of pure admiration. Like, wow, it's such a beautiful structure. And then slowly start coloring it in, and you develop a friendship with the Shri Chakra. And after that, you slowly start up with Bala's mantra, and then of course the Panchadashi mantra, and ultimately you move on to Chakra Puja. But that is after you have already successfully completed all these steps. And mantra does not mean that, oh, I'm going to do Bala mantra only for 3 days and that's it, I'm done. So each workshop is a commitment of time, a commitment to give. It's not that, you know, in 5 minutes I will teach you Srividya. You won't understand any of it, and you'll just waste money. Okay, because these things are not taught in super fast classes. They can't be injected in you. Even if you had Neuralink, believe me, you would still not, I could not feed the whole course into your brain, because this needs you to work with your, not only with your manas or intellect, but also with your chit, which is consciousness. You got to consciously explore this. Okay, so that is why connection to the Shri Chakra, it's the beauty, the harmony, the symmetry. This is absolutely irreplaceable. Okay, and it is inextricably linked to the deep love and connection we will feel as we continue this course. For, if we just dive into something and then we will lose interest. If we don't have that passion, that love to pursue something. Okay, desire, I told you. So that desire to know the Sri Yantra, to know the Shri Chakra, to know the Srividya, to know ultimately Lalita Tripurasundari. So this desire must burn like a quasar inside of you, like a pulsar inside of you. So, you can't stop it, and it will burst as a supernovae one day, and you will just, learn everything there is to know about her. Only if you are a serious aspirant do I suggest to study Srividya. Otherwise, don't bother with workshops. Just get a print, either a copper plate or a gold plate, and just keep a Sri Yantra in your house. So now 5 reasons why everyone must keep a Sri Yantra at home for good luck, right? So first is wealth enhancements. You will see a marked increase in your income. Okay, you may develop new sources of income. You may interact with people who help you increase your income. Okay, so something like that. You can get a better job. You can change jobs. All of this. Okay. Now, second, relationship discord. So say not only between husband and wife, okay, but also amongst like father and daughter. If you just don't get along with your father and you don't know what to do, and you just like butting heads all the time, or your brother, you just cannot get along with your brother, okay, or your grandma, or there's just somebody in the house you just cannot get along with. Okay, now installing the Sri Yantra, even if it's just a picture, will greatly increase harmony in the house. Okay, and you will be able to keep a check on that constant nagging, constant problems. Okay, all of that will be put to an end. Now third is educational pursuits. So if you're a student, okay, or if you are learning a particular skill, installing the Sri Yantra will give you the focus you need. Okay, it'll be a symbol of your commitment to the course, or to what you want to learn. Okay, it'll be a symbol of your commitment. So keep that in mind. Also, number 4, attracting a soulmate. So many of us, we want love. Like as I told you, that this hankering we have for love is the hankering we have for the self to be united with the divine, and that hunger will never go away, which is why people are always looking for love, no matter what their age. We all are always looking for love, because it is the way that our soul seeks to unite with the divine. Okay, when we find love, like I said, that human love in all of its expressions is, albeit a diluted version of the divine love of the Supreme. And it is only through this love that Lalita Tripurasundari expresses herself as the Yoni, the Jagat Yoni. And not only is she the Yoni, she transcends the Yoni. So that was number 4, attracting a soulmate. So your soulmate will come to you because you're just more in tune with the vibration. Number 5 is looking glamorous and gorgeous. So even people who want to enhance the way they look can worship Tripurasundari just to enhance the way they look. Okay, because she is ultimately, the most beautiful person we can think of. She's not a person, but most beautiful entity that our mind can conceive of. Okay, so there is no other goddess as beautiful as Lalita Tripura Sundari. See, in her name we have Sundari, right? Now, the thing is that when we worship the Shri Chakra, right? I'm telling you all these things that, okay, this will happen to you, that will happen to you, you'll get a soulmate, you'll make money. But remember that no one but Lalita Tripura Sundari herself, she alone knows the full effect of the worship of Sri Chakra. No one knows it, no adept, no guru, not even Shiva Parvati, not even Brahma Saraswati, not even Vishnu and Lakshmi. No one knows, and they all worship the Shri Chakra. Okay, all the Shivas on all multiverses. Okay, and all these bubble universes, these daughter universes, all of them worship this one divine power, that is Lalita Tripura Sundari, who is incomprehensible to our intellect. Okay, that is why she is Jagadyoni. Okay. Now, nobody knows the true effects of worshipping the Sri Chakra or even utterance of Srividya. Only she knows, no one else knows. Okay, so when I try to tell you 5 things, will happen to you, 5 reasons why to keep your Sri Yantra, I'm talking very basically. Okay, because what could happen to you if you worship the Sri Chakra, I don't know. What will happen to me that I've been worshipping the Sri Chakra, I don't know. Okay, I can tell you, okay, I've gotten better at my skill. I make do with what I have. I try to look as sundar as possible. I try in my own way. But I don't know what will happen to me or my soul because I worship the Sri Chakra and because I utter Srividya for over 2 decades. Right? I don't know. And nobody can tell you this, and nobody knows except Lalita Tripura Sundari herself. Her Imperial Majesty knows, nobody else does. Now, if you want to ask simply, what does the Sri Chakra represent? It represents the supreme consciousness in its varying levels. All the levels, it's almost like an iceberg chart. You've heard of the very viral iceberg chart? It's almost like an iceberg of consciousness, iceberg chart of consciousness. So there, right? That's very, very important when you embark on the study of Srividya. Right now, I will explain to you how she manifests. It will be theoretical, so it is okay if you don't understand it. These are very deep tantric concepts, and I've been studying this for a long time, meditating, practicing, taking this up as my life's work, and I still don't comprehend it all. Okay, I still know nothing, but I try to understand it, and like I said, that I teach what I need to understand. Okay, I'm not some realized individual. I'm not some enlightened guru. I am here to teach you what I understand, simple understanding of a simple-minded person. I'm not a scholar because I don't approach the subject from here. I approach it from here and here. So I am not your definition of a scholar. I am a person on the path who likes to share what she does, because by sharing what I do, I learn even more. And this is a way for me to offer puja during Navratri. Many people do puja, I've done puja today, the whole day, I just completed. And many people do dhyana, which I also do. But for me, my offering comes through my videos and my articles. It is a way I commit to knowing more about my goddess, whom I've been, trying to understand for over 2.5 decades. But I still, this is, as with each video, with each article, I feel like, okay, I learned something new, right? So this is very important. So let's dive straight into some serious tantric concepts. Now, I've told you that the Supreme experiences a process called vimarsha. Vimarsha is introspection, okay? A kind of impulsion, like a kind of like kama kala, I told you, like a kind of like, oh, I need this, a passion, if I may say. And vimarsha, in the second stage, becomes nada or the adya spanda. Okay, and this is actually a representation of Tara, the Nada, the Anahata Nada, Om, Ganpati. Now, from Nada, the third step is that the Nada, the Spanda, that is etheric. It has no physical point, but suddenly it manifests as a Parabindu. So we have Vimarsa, which is introspection, a kind of passion, a kind of impulsion, and then bam, that impulsion goes forward and there's a throb, there's a vibration, like string theory, right? There's a vibration. And suddenly that vibration becomes a parabindu, a dot, okay? And then that dot breaks into two other bindus, right? And then these three dots, or these three bindus are joined, making a triangle, a, ka, tha. Okay? And this triangle is the Jagati Yoni, okay, from where everything manifests. That is why Shri Chakra is also the very esoteric practice of Yoni Puja. Where yes, a physical yoni is worshipped of a woman, okay? Now the bindu, right? I told you that the bindu, the parabindu breaks into two more and they form this triangle. Now when you talk about that parabindu, it is the summit of the Meru, the 3D version of the Shri Chakra, the summit of the Meru, that bindu. And then of course, it is the summit of the chakra in form of Meru, which is the 3D structure. And from this center, from this point emanates the lines, the triangles and the circles that form the Shri Chakra. Told you that from Vimarsa there is Nada or Spanda. From Nada or Spanda there is Parabindu. Parabindu breaks up again. Parabindu is made up of Mishra Bindu, Shiva Bindu, Shakti Bindu. It breaks up again into joints in such a way that it forms a triangle, a perfect quadrilateral triangle, and that is Akatha, and that is the Yoni, right? And that Parabindu, that one Bindu which breaks up into two more and forms this triangle, that is the peak of the Meru, peak of the 3D structure of the Sri Yantra. You'll see if you have, it's a peak. Okay, I wish I had mine, but I did puja with it and I cannot move it. So I couldn't carry, I couldn't show you, it's already there. Now, all of these from that point, all the lines, the triangles, the circles, the whole shape, the whole form emanates from that one bindu, okay? And now from Vimarsa we understood that Nada, Nada, Parabindu, and from Parabindu that these three bindus that originate, one bindu is white, which is Shiva Bindu, One bindu is red, which is Shakti bindu, and one bindu is Misra, which is a mixture of Shiva Shakti. Okay? Now this triangle that I keep speaking about as the Jagatyoni, this in its triple aspect, this is Tripura, right? And when you do astrology, you'll see Mool Trikon sign of a particular planet. Like Saturn's Mool Trikon sign is Aquarius, right? So Mool Trikon, this this main triangle, Mool is main. So this main triangle, right? This is creation. This, from here all creation emanates, and is known as Kama Kala. Okay, the very birth of desire. Now, Lalita's Tripurasundari is the result of the division of the three bindus. And everything about her is 3 in number. I said that everything about Lalita Tripurasundari is in 3, 6 and 9. 3, 6, 9, okay? Like Nikola Tesla said, if you understand the mystery behind 369, you will comprehend the universe. So if you understand the deep mystery underlying Tripurasundari, you will master the universe. Okay. Now, a few things that I want to mention here. All threes, all trinities. She has a Mool Trikon, which is 3 points. First and foremost, okay, she is represented in a yoni or a triangle. Shockingly, also the human vagina is the yoni. It's also a triangle, and from there we give birth, and that is how we continue our lineage. How important is that? Without that, there would be no birth. Okay. Now, second thing associated is there are 3 girdles of the Bhupura. And third is the 3-lettered mantra, Aim Klim Sao. Bala's mantra, 3-lettered Aim Klim Sao. Okay, she has 3 forms, which I mentioned. She first manifests as Tripurasundari, then Tripura Bhairavi, and of course her daughter, which is none other than her again, is Bala Tripurasundari, right? The one who killed 30 sons, 300 or 30th, forgetting now, of Bhandasur, right? And also remember that there is triple Kundalini Shakti. Kundalini Shakti is also triple in nature. And she creates the Trinity, okay? Now Lalita Tripurasundari, in the Bindu becomes Kameshwari, okay, and becomes Vajreshwari and Bhagmalini, right? When she is in that Bindu, and that Bindu then breaks up into 3, right? Misra Bindu, Shakti Bindu, Shiva Bindu, right? Then in that state, she breaks up as Kameshwari, Vajreshwari and Bhagmalini. Now, when we talk of Kameshwari, we talk of Kama is love, right? And when we think of love, what do we think of? Moon. I've told you many times that when you want to look at synastry, just look at the nakshatra. You and your partner, if your nakshatra is compatible, then you know this is a good match. Forget everything else. The nakshatra is the moon nakshatra is the clearest indicator of your love life. So Kama, when she becomes Kameshwari, she is tuning into the moon. She's tuning into the vibration of love. When she becomes a Vajreshwari, she is like Vajra. Vajra is like cosmic fire, okay? And when she becomes Bhagamalini, then she's connected to Bhaga, who is of the nature of the sun. Okay, now Soma, Surya and Agni. Moon is Soma, sun is Surya, and cosmic fire is Agni, right? They are the 3 khandas of the Srividya mantra, which I'll be talking to you in great detail about. Now, like I said, that remember that Kameshwari, Vajreshwari, Bhagmalini. So Kameshwari is moon, Kama, and Vajreshwari is cosmic fire, and Bhagamalini is Bhaga, sun. Okay, and these are associated to gods Soma, Surya, Agni, and they become the three khandas of the Srividya mantra. The triangle is a manifestation of Devis like Vama, Jeshtha, and Rodri. From these three khandas, three Devis are born again. They are Vama, Jeshtha, and Rodri, with consorts Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. So Vama is with Brahma, Jeshtha is with Vishnu, and Rodri is with Rudra. Now the Shamashti Shakti or the congregated Shakti in the Bindu is, I told you that from the Bindu, Parabindu, there comes this triangle. So in the Bindu, the combined Shakti of creation, preservation, dissolution is manifested as Ambika and Ishvara. Now after dissolution, after all the universes have been destroyed, right? We know that, astronomy tells us that even our universe will die one day. There will come a black hole era after this, then there'll come a degenerative era when the universe will decay, grow cold, and will become devoid of all life. Everything in this simulation is finite. So after dissolution, only Lalita Tripurasundari exists. After she has swallowed up the 36 tattvas. Okay, so she exists after Pralaya, after Shiva starts, beating his damru and playing his damru. All the clouds of Pralaya start to rain, and there is complete and total destruction, right? Nothing remains, but only Lalita Tripurasundari remains, who must swallow up the entire manifestation. Now, when creation is again about to commence, about to begin, and there are these cyclical processes of, birth and death and rebirth and death and birth and death. This is cyclical, right? Universes are popping in and out of existence all the time. This journey of the soul is infinite. Okay, infinite. Even science is saying that, if you can break the speed of life and light, and you can travel to the far ends of the universe, you will see repetition, because fractals are repeating. So you will see a very repetition of this little solar system somewhere else. A star like the sun, a planet like the earth, you out there watching this live right now, me out here, talking about Lalita Tripurasundari. It's happening infinitely. There's even an antimatter universe where there's an antimatter version of you. And for that person, time is going backwards. So it's really interesting that creation is ultimately going to be destroyed. No matter how long it is in the cosmic scale, it will be destroyed. And when it is about to begin again, it is Lalita Tripurasundari who must vomit all that she has swallowed. And then once she vomits it out, she becomes Jeshtha Vama. And then again during dissolution, she becomes Rodri. So she starts taking all these. That's why Lalita Tripurasundari Saraswati, she is Lakshmi, she is Kali, she's everything, right? Although Kali and Tara, Mahavidya. So they are an even core reality. That Shiva Shakti that I was telling you about, the Misra Bindu that conjoins, that is the energy of Kali and Tara. They are Mahavidyas. Now Shiva, the word can be used in many sense. Okay, in like Shiva, the person who looks after this universe. Shiva is, when it is SHIVA, it means he has already joined with Shakti. When it is SIVA, that means he is purely masculine. So as I said, there is a Shiva that the ultimate supreme consciousness is Shiva. But there's also a Shiva, crores of Shivas who look after different daughter universes. So there's a macrocosmic form of Shiva, and there is also a microcosmic form of Shiva, as somebody who's looking after uh, one particular universe, say. Okay, that's why I told you that crores and crores of Shivas and Narayans come to visit Tripurasundari and Brahmas to discover how they might better run their worlds. But there is ultimately that one Shiva, the Supreme. Okay, so it can get a bit confusing, but remember the ancient tantrics put in a lot of ciphers, because this kind of knowledge was being misused by many. So therefore a lot of this was always hidden. Even texts would not clearly convey what you want to learn. It is only again that kama kala, that desire, that propels you to know more. So let's understand that Srishti, okay, Srishti or creation is a triad, which consists of Srishti, Sthiti and Samhara. Okay, in Hindi Srishti, in Bengali we say Shrishti. That's why I was like right? But you understand, Srishti, Sthiti, Samhara. And in Shri Chakra, the triad again becomes threefold, which is very important. 3 and 9, the triad becomes threefold. It can duplicate itself, it becomes 6. But if it becomes threefold, then it becomes 9. Okay, it becomes ninefold. Now the Shri Chakra is a configuration of 9 triangles. Okay, basic stuff. 5 triangles are pointing downwards. They are Shakti triangles or feminine triangles, like the yoni itself pointing downward, the triangle, and 4 upward pointing, like the phallus. Okay, and these 4 upward pointing triangles are Shiva. The mantra is ninefold, and there are 9 classes of yoginis. There are 9 chakras, okay, and there are 9 chakreshwaris. The mantra, first and foremost, is not a means to contact a deity. I was clear about that. It is the sound body of the deity. Okay, so always understand that mantra is the sound body of the deity. The Panchadashi consists of 15 letters. 15 letters. And there are 3 kutas or peaks, which I already explained. One is a moon kuta associated to Soma, solar kuta, and which is associated to Agni, and Surya kuta, which is associated to Sun. Okay, Soma, Surya, Agni, right? And these peaks are ascribed to these 3 deities, and this is the sound body of Tripurasundari. So the sun, the moon, and the great cosmic fire, the triad, it's her physical form. So that's why it's not a person. We may visualize her as a person, give her a, in an anthropomorphic way, but she's got the moons, like millions of moons, millions of suns, and like possibly trillions of moons and trillions of suns, and cosmic fire, like the burst of a pulsar or a gamma ray, things that we cannot even comprehend, right? Now the 3 kars and the 3 hers. So what is the mantra? Kayei la rim, ha sa ka ha la rim, sa ka la rim. And it is to be not said very fast, because I said it 31 muhurtas. I'll explain again later, but say it slowly. Kaye larim, hasakahalarim, sakalarim. You have to go way slower. I can't just do 31 muhurtas like that. It's going to be like crazy. Like it's like 31 seconds. Now these kars, these kailarim, so ka and hers, hasakahalarim, sakalarim, again a ka. The 3 kars and 3 hers, they are Shiva's portion. Okay, and the other letters belong to Lalita Tripurasundari. Okay, so the 3 kars and the 3 hers, they belong to Shiva. The others belong to Shakti. Okay, now the 3 reams crossing each kuta, Kailarim, Hasakahalarim, Sakalarim, they're ending, okay, they're crossing each kuta, are of the form of Misra, both Shiva and Shakti. The Panchadashi is a unified sound body of Shiva and Shakti. You can never worship Shakti if you ignore Shiva. You can never worship Shiva if you ignore Shakti. So always remember that the Panchadashi, which is Kailarim, Hasakahalarim, Sakalarim, is the unified sound body of Shiva and Shakti. Ka-e-i-la-rim. Okay, Ka-e-i-la-rim, Ha-sa-ka-ha-la-rim, Sa-ka-la-rim. Okay, so this mantra can be started as a practice, of course, but it's best to receive it from a guru, and it's best to understand the deep symbology of this mantra, which I teach in my workshop. So drop me an email if you're interested, but only for serious aspirants. Okay, otherwise if you just want to get familiar with the Shri Yantra or Tripurasundari, just take a printout of the Shri Yantra and place it in your house. Okay, it will bring you great abundance and auspiciousness. Now another thing, many people have asked me that why is this Panchadashi so secretive? It's because the 3 kutas, right, the moon, which is Soma, fire Agni, Surya, sun, they join in a way to form the yoni. Okay, and this is Lalita Tripurasundari's yoni, the great cosmic yoni, right? And this is why it's so secretive. This is why we keep the knowledge hidden. Okay, because for some reason, the whole concept of motherhood and yonis and all of this, they became like a symbol of evil, especially in Abrahamic religion. The yoni is evil, right? The woman is a representation of sin. Whereas in our tantras, we revere the yoni, we revere the mother, right? So there's a huge difference in the way tantrics approach the yoni and in the way the world approaches the yoni. It is a physical yoni is a representation of the Jagat yoni. So the 3 groups, right? The 3 groups that of the mantra, Kailarim is 1, Hasakahalarim 2nd, Sakalarim. So when you say the first few bejas, they are called Vag Bhavakuta. So when you're saying Kailarim, Bhag Bhavakuta, and this is the face of the goddess, right? And the second, Hasakahalarim, Hasakahalarim, that is known as Kamaraja Kuta. It's from neck to hip, right? Kamaraja. Again, the private organ falls in this particular kuta. So oftentimes the most simplest way to do yoni puja would be just by using Hasakahalarim. Okay. Now this is the Kamaraja is from neck to hip, right? And the Vagbhavakuta is the right side of the when you look at the triangle. The Kamaraja Kuta is the upper and the Shakti Kuta is the left. This is how the yoni is formed. Okay, so the upper point is from neck to hip. This can be a bit confusing. So when you're doing the prayers like Kai Ladim, you're doing the Vagbhavakuta, visualize the mother's face. Hasakahalarim. Visualize her from neck to the hips. Then Sakalarim. Okay, from below the hip. This is Shakti Kuta. So this is how the mantra is to be chanted. Okay, even if you can't concentrate on the full understanding the full Shri Chakra, you can just do this with a triangle. So when you say Kaeladim, you look at the right of the triangle. Then Hasakahaladim, you look at the top of the triangle. Sakaladim. Then you go to the left of the triangle. Then again it starts. Kaeladim. Hasakahaladim. Sakaladim. Okay? So this is the thing. Now, when we talk about this Vagbhavakuta, which we began with this right side, then remember that it awakens the Mooladhara chakra and ends at Anahata and activates the fire element in our body. So, Kailadim, Reem actually, Reem. So, at that point, start visualizing the energy coming up from your Mooladhara all the way to your Anahata. So coming up from your Mooladhara, affecting your Swadhisthana, which is your sex chakra, then coming up through your Manipura, then settling at Ajna. This is Kailadim, right? Now, and when you're visualizing this energy, visualize it as cosmic fire. If you watch some videos by NASA of like quasars and pulsars and stellar nurseries, then you will be able to visualize better. Now the first kuta, Vagbhava kuta, which is Kailadim, it affects your Mooladhara to your Anahata chakra, affecting of course Swadhisthana, Manipura while going up. The fire is going up now. Right? Then we come to Kamaraja Kuta. Right? Kamaraja Kuta, which is Hasakahaladim. Okay? And this is the Devi's neck to hip. And this is of the nature of the sun. Okay? Surya Kuta. And this, when you're saying Hasakahaladim, solar energy like a ray of sun coming up from your Anahata all the way up to your Ajna. And in your Ajna chakra, visualize millions of suns. It's hard, but you'll get there. Millions of suns. The energy, the radiance is blinding. Okay? Now, the Shakti Kuta, which is from below the Devi's hip, which is Sakalarim. That is the Shakti Kuta, okay? And this is from the hip to feet, right? And this activates Anahata to middle of the forehead, right? And actually people will say, oh my God, that's like nothing. No, there are 9 steps to go from Anahata to middle of the forehead. 9 steps. Again, the number 9. When the triad becomes a threefold, okay? Remember that. So this Shakti Kuta is of the nature of Soma or moon, and this must be visualized as millions of moons. And when you're bringing in this energy all the way, the nectar is actually Soma also. When you're saying Sakaladim, you're drawing the energy all the way from the Anahata to the middle of the forehead. Remember, Sahasrara is here. It's not here, it's here. Okay, 2 inches above your forehead. So the journey then will be of lunar energy, light lunar energy, cold, like imagine on a full moon night, and imagine millions of full moons. And that lunar energy must travel all the way from the middle, right? And this can also be achieved by Khechari Mudra, which is another video I will do later. So this is what the kutas do to you. This is how to meditate with the kutas. This is what I teach in my workshops as well. So if you're interested to learn only for serious aspirants, drop me an email, tina@tinaheals.com. It's a complicated course, yes, but a very fulfilling course, never the same. Especially if you have the burning fire to know more about the Shri Chakra, the Shri Yantra, Srividya, and Lalita Tripurasundari herself. Okay, now where were we? Okay, now remember that this whole meditation must be done in 31 matras. And what is a matra? A matra is like a winking of an eye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This 31 times. Okay, and this is exactly the time frame required to do this whole process of the journey of the energy from the Muladhara up to the forehead to receive the Soma. And that is the gift of Tripurasundari. Nobody will come online and explain all of this to you. You will never hear of this information. Okay, you will not find one single video on the Srividya that goes into such in-depth analysis so easily, making it comprehensible. I can come and blabber off 1,000 Sanskrit words and quote 1,000 things. How comprehensible was this for you? Right? How much did you learn? It was easy. You could be from anywhere and understand this. And this is actually the path in Kali Yuga. It is only through Tantra will you achieve salvation, will you achieve moksha. No amount of Vedic mantra chanting, no amount of Dakshinachara puja. I mean, you can do Tantra also, Dakshinachara, so that can also be done. But I'm just saying that no amount of Vedic rituals, pujas is going to take you on the right path. You need to know Tantra. Okay, so this is what it is. It is easy if you are committed, if you want to learn, if you want to, if you have that fire that burns inside of you, if you have that fire burning inside of you, it becomes easier. Right? It is not that complicated. But this Navratri, all those people that have been watching and that will watch, you have been graced by this message from none other than Tripurasundari herself. For it is not my place, it is not my knowledge, it is not my copyright to do any of this, but I have been chosen to give you this information, for which I feel extremely proud. Namaste. So this is a chance for you to get to learn for all those serious aspirants, this is the time during Navaratri to embrace none other than Her Great Imperial Majesty, the true Queen of all the multiverses and infinities enmeshed in infinities. For it is her grace, her beauty that enthralls us, enthralls our tiny little existences down in 3D. So much grief, so much strife, so much illness, so much disease, so much death. But it is her beauty and the promise of that beauty that awakens this deep desire within us. So that's my cue. This was a long video, but I did tell you that these videos are going to be long, because this video especially, because it went into many concepts, like I said previously, not discussed on YouTube. You won't even find this really online, because you have to understand the tantric treatise, to understand these points that I have simplified for you and given it to you in such a way that you may consume it, almost like a neural link, and here you are with all of this information. So before I go, let us meditate a bit. Is Navratri today, right? Today is the 8th, so today is Shoshti, what we call in Bengali Shashti, okay, which is the 6th day. So let us meditate a bit on none other than Lalita Tripurasundari and her Panchadashi mantra. Kailarim Hasakahalarim Sakalarim. If you're interested to know more about the meditation and how to practice Shri Chakra, please drop me an email. Of course, I'm always here. But if you don't want to learn the Shri Chakra, at least get yourself a Shri Yantra. This Navaratri, within the next few days, get a printed 2D Shri Yantra and just place it anywhere in your house, like near your altar, your drawing room, your office, and see the sacred vibrations that come in. See the kind of energy it brings in. A lot of blessings. And the easiest mantra to do would be Aim Klim Sao. You don't need to do Kailarim, Hasakahalarim, Sakalarim. Just do Aim Klim Sao. Aim Klim Sao. Aim Klim Sao. Thank you so much for being here. Speak soon.